And this is what AI actually allowed me to do. But let me tell you one truth. Now, if you are a free user of ChatGPT 5, so what are the use cases of AI? Let's say you are a service business owner, and that is what I tried to do with AI. We have officially entered into the AI revolution, and things are rapidly changing on a regular basis. ChatGPT 5 just launched, Google upgraded its video generation AI, which is VO3, and there are being like drops of AI applications every single day with different use cases. And of course, it is becoming overwhelming as a business owner, as a person who is living in these years. It is becoming overwhelming for us to actually cope up with the speed of AI advancement. But let me tell you one truth. This is exactly what I was also feeling till like the last week, you can say. I was also kind of ignorant. I knew there was artificial intelligence is all around us. I knew that, it is going to transform. It is a revolutionary technology. Like internet revolutionized everything. Like social media came and changed the entire game, right? The entire world. Similarly, we all know that AI is going to do the same thing at a much more rapid manner, at a much more fast pace, but still we are ignoring it. And that is what I was also doing. I was using ChatGPT, of course, the free version of ChatGPT until last week, I think. Last 7-8 days I was using the free version, thinking that I am using AI to its optimal stage and I'm up to date. But again, that was not the case, because what happened is once ChatGPT 5 actually dropped, I started researching a lot around AI. I started hearing a lot of podcasts by Sam Altman, who is like the founder of OpenAI, right? So eventually what I have realized is there is this one statement that Sam Altman made which actually stuck with me, because of which it was like, I was like, I really need to learn this. And maybe I'll share the same statement with you, because if you are a person like me, a business owner, a service provider, or maybe you're just a regular person, a working professional, this might be able to change your thinking process as well. And you might also feel that sudden rush of fear of missing out on this revolutionary change that's happening right now. What Sam Altman literally said, and I'm of course paraphrasing, is that ChatGPT 5 is basically like having a PhD level expert in any field in your pocket. That is what he said. And this thing like literally blew my mind, that if ChatGPT 5 has the capability of a PhD holder in any field, in any industry, then I'm not using it to its full potential, and it's literally in my pocket. So the very first thing I did, I started researching a lot, and then I went and bought ChatGPT Plus version. Now, if you are a free user of ChatGPT 5, the free version that they are providing, it would be my humble request to you, please upgrade. Please spend your 2,000 rupees a month, upgrade to the Plus plan, which is for $20 a month, right? Why? Because it literally is very there are difference in the free and the upgraded version, right? And I came to know this like only after I started using Plus, and I've been using it like I've crazily been using ChatGPT 5. Now, in order to give you some direction, number one, of course, go and buy ChatGPT 5 or any other AI thing that you would like. But ChatGPT is something that I have been comfortable with since the very beginning, so I basically wanted to explore this. But of course, there are different AI models: Perplexity, Claude, Grok, DeepSeek AI, etc., right? And the most important thing is like all of these are working for different use cases. But once you upgrade to ChatGPT 5, I'll tell you how I'm using it for my business. And hopefully what this will allow you to do is see the kind of leverage that you actually have. You literally have a PhD holder with you in every field possibly that you can think on the planet, and it can actually help you. You just need to ask the right questions. Isn't that insane? Like if you need to make money, you just need to ask it the right questions so that it can guide you and create an entire plan for you which you can just execute upon. And that is the power of AI, which I've realized recently. So what are the use cases of AI? Let's say you are a service business owner. This is exactly how I am using AI right now for my business, specifically ChatGPT 5. Now I'm running a sales agency right now, correct? So I have different clients that I have to cater to. Now, what is the biggest bottleneck of any agency owner? It is basically my own time, because I am the bottleneck of my business. I can only onboard X amount of clients that I can handle. And eventually then I will have to hire people. Then I'll have to leverage people, hire talent, train them, retain them, give them salaries, all that jazz. So I was thinking, is there any way that I can actually leverage AI so that the dependency of every client goes lower on me, and I can create a more leveraged form of a agency which is much more scalable, right? And that is what I tried to do with AI. Of course, I'm not 100% there, but this is what I am exactly doing. What I did is I basically went to ChatGPT 5, the pro version, and I told him that this is what I am facing. I gave it the entire context. I did a brain dump on it, and I told it I want to use this platform to its 100% capability for my business. And of course, I told it everything about my business. I gave it the proper context. And then is what basically ChatGPT 5 started suggesting me things. So the very first thing that I did is I started building mini CEOs for all my clients. For all the different clients that I have, I started creating mini CEOs. What does this mean is in ChatGPT 5, there is a thing known as a project. You can create separate projects for different purposes, right? And that is what I started to do. For each client, I created a separate project in which I gave the prompt, basically the entire context. I told AI that you are the mini CEO of this business. You will take care of all the things, whether it's finance, operations, management, tracking, reporting, all that jazz. So you are the CEO. And then I attached all the files and all the documents that was available for the client, which I have created, all the tracking sheets, all that jazz, right? What this allowed me to do is, now of course I have many mini CEOs that I've created for each and every of my client. What this allowed me to actually do is track things in a much more efficient manner. And instead of a to-do list, now I have a mini CEO which on a regular basis is giving me daily reports, right? So I did this with all of my clients, number one, and then I created one mini CEO for my own business as well, which is top line selling. For TLS, I created another mini CEO, and the goal again was simple: tracking everything, keeping everything updated, knowing exactly what's happening with each client, knowing what are our cash reserves, knowing what is our goal, knowing the projections, backtracing everything. That is what I did overall over here. Now to give you a real use case of how I am using this mini CEOs and this TLS mini CEO bot is, let me explain that. And hopefully you'll find this helpful so that you can replicate it in your own business too. What I firstly did is I went to mini CEO top line selling, which is my company CEO. Of course, everything has been fed. It knows everything about my business. I told it my goal for this month. Correct? I told it this is my XYZ amount of goal. I gave it a proper monetary goal that I wanted to reach by the end of this month of August. And I asked it, how can we literally do that? Now it knows everything about my clients, how much each client is paying, what's the retainer commissions that I'm going to earn. And what ChatGPT did is, after asking me a couple of questions for clarifying, it created a proper goal highlighting individual clients, how much individual clients need to hit in order for me to make X amount of money, and how, on compiling everything together, how can I reach my particular goal. So it literally broke down everything into very simple steps for me. What I next did is I simply copied these goals, individual goals for different clients that ChatGPT gave, and I put it in mini CEOs of all the different ChatGPTs that I created for clients. Let's say for client number A, ChatGPT told me that you need to earn 2 lakhs from this client this month, and to do that you need to help them to hit, let's say, 20 lakhs a month. So I basically took that, put it in the mini CEO of this client A, and then I asked mini CEO of that client A on how can I achieve that goal. Then that mini CEO went through all the data sheets, broke down exactly what each individual rep in that company needs to do on a regular basis so that I can reach that goal with that client. And this is what AI actually allowed me to do. Now, if I had to do this all manually, of course this can be done manually, right? But that would have taken me so much more time, so much of headache and so much of calculations that I had to do. But this was like literally couple of clicks, 1-2 hours of time with AI. This of course took time to build the mini CEOs because a lot of files feeding and all that jazz was required. But Taking out the goals was super simple. Then what I did is I created another prompt. I added another prompt to all my mini CEOs, which is of a daily reporting. Now, whenever I go to AI on the morning, I just tell it go to my data sheet, right, and tell me the daily reporting. So it goes to the data sheets, and for individual reps working in that XYZ company for the client, it tells me what each rep did yesterday, what is the entire scenario, how far or close are we to the goals, and what things are to be shifted in order for us to reach to the goal effectively. That is how I'm using AI for my leverage, for my service business, to leverage things and make everything more transparent and more logical. Why? Because if you cannot track things, then of course you cannot scale things. That is the rule, correct? And before this, very honestly, I wasn't tracking things to this level that GPT has allowed me to do. So this is the use case I am using right now for the clients. And of course, I haven't stopped over here. For my personal usage as well, what I have done is created different bots. Number one, I have created a finance bot for myself, who is taking care of all the finances for me. Budgeting, investing, savings, how much to invest in business, etc, etc, etc. It allows me to manage my finances. Next thing, I have created a YouTube bot. When I say YouTube bot, it's more of a social media bot instead of a YouTube bot, I would say, right? Where it is allowing me to, helping me to write all my social media contents. It allows me to, write ideas, number one. All my story sequences, if you are following me on Instagram, are written by this exact same bot. I've taught it once of what should be the tonality, how I like to write things, what is the format of my story sequences, slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, different variations of story sequences. And now I just need to tell it a story, and then it automatically converts it into a story sequence for me. So that is how I am using this YouTube bot. Another thing that I built for my business itself is a TLS call review bot. Why? Because majority of our time as a coach goes into call reviews. That is how you improve sales, right? But right now, at the moment, I am handling almost 30 to 35 closers, salespeople under me, combined for all clients, right? Almost 30 to 35. Now, even if I start reviewing all of their calls, and each call is of 1 hour, you can understand that is not physically possible for me to do. Hence, I created this call review bot, where I can just paste that transcript of the call and the call recording, and it automatically basically gives me the entire call review in the format that I have taught it. This is how you can actually leverage AI. Now you might be thinking, Shashank, all of this is cool, but is it really such a revolutionary thing? And the answer is yes. Why? Because these are of course very basic things. I am also learning AI. I'm also developing myself day by day. But overall, what I would say is AI is going to change the world, and you will realize it only once you start using it to the fullest level, right? So that is why people are jumping on AI, and there is a lot of things that you can do with AI. Sam Altman also said that the next few billionaires would be people who have launched AI businesses using AI, and there would be a lot of 1% business owners who would be becoming billionaires. A single person running an entire business, $1 billion business. And that is not very far. That future is not very far. So if you do not want to miss out on this revolution, right? Like you missed out on social media, like we missed out on Bitcoin, social media, and NFTs and all the other things, this is your time to jump on it, right? I'll see you in the next video. If you found this helpful, and if you want me to make a detailed video of a future update video after a couple of weeks on this, how I'm using AI, you can drop it in the comment, and after a few weeks I can create another updated video of what else I have created on AI, so you can get some inspiration from that. Anyways, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.